Why milk choices matter after 60. If you're over 60, chances are you've been told all your life that milk is healthy, that it builds strong bones, and that drinking it every day will keep you strong. But here's the truth many seniors don't realize. Not all milk is created equal, and some types of milk can actually damage your health rather than improve it. The problem is that our bodies change dramatically as we age. What might have worked for us in our 20s, 30s, or even 40s can become harmful in our 60s and beyond. Digestion slows down. Our ability to process lactose, the natural sugar in milk, declines, and our bones and heart need very different support than they did decades ago. That's why the type of milk you choose could literally make the difference between living with energy and vitality or struggling with unnecessary health problems. Milk has always been a staple in most households. You pour it into your morning coffee, stir it into your oatmeal, use it for baking, or maybe even drink it straight from the glass. But the truth is, some of the most common milks found in grocery stores today are the worst choices for seniors over 60. They're linked to inflammation, weight gain, heart disease, and even poor bone health, the very thing milk is supposed to protect. On the other hand, there are a handful of incredibly powerful milks that can boost your energy, protect your memory, strengthen your bones, and keep your heart healthy well into your golden years. So here's what we'll uncover in this video: the 4 worst milks you should never drink after 60, and the 4 healthiest milks you should start including in your diet right away. Some of these may surprise you. For example, a milk you might think is classic and safe could actually be clogging your arteries. Meanwhile, a lesser-known milk could be the secret to fighting inflammation, easing digestion, and even lowering your cholesterol naturally. Think of this video as your guide to making smarter milk choices. Because at this stage of life, senior health isn't about following outdated advice. It's about making science-backed choices that support your body as it changes. And the wrong milk can accelerate problems like osteoporosis, diabetes, and even cognitive decline, while the right milk can help prevent them. Stay with me until the end, because I'll also reveal the #1 milk that health experts now call a super drink for seniors. If you care about your longevity, your bone strength, and your daily energy, you won't want to miss this. Let's dive in. First milk, #1. Whole cow's milk. For decades, whole cow's milk was marketed as the gold standard for nutrition. We were told it was the ultimate drink for strong bones, growing children, and lifelong health. But here's the uncomfortable truth. After 60, whole cow's milk may be doing far more harm than good. In fact, it's one of the worst milks seniors can drink daily. And let's break down why. The first issue is saturated fat. A single glass of whole cow's milk contains a hefty dose of saturated fat. And for seniors, that's a big problem. As we age, our arteries naturally stiffen, and our risk of heart disease skyrockets. Drinking whole milk daily can raise your LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, and increase your risk of blocked arteries, high blood pressure, and even stroke. The truth is, saturated fat from whole milk isn't the heart-healthy fuel your body needs after 60. It's more like pouring grease into a clogged pipe. Another hidden danger of whole milk is lactose intolerance. Most people don't realize that the body's ability to digest lactose declines with age. By 60, a large percentage of adults produce little to no lactase enzyme, which is required to break down lactose, the sugar in milk. This means that even if you've tolerated milk for years, suddenly you might experience bloating, gas, diarrhea, and stomach cramps after drinking it. Many seniors write these off as random digestive problems, but often it's the milk in their diet that's the culprit. Now let's talk about inflammation. Studies show that the proteins and fats in whole cow's milk can trigger inflammatory responses in the body. If you're struggling with arthritis, joint pain, or stiffness, drinking whole milk could actually make those symptoms worse. Inflammation is also a root cause of many age-related conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Whole milk can also contribute to unwanted weight gain. It's calorie-dense, and for seniors with a slower metabolism, those extra calories add up quickly. Carrying extra weight after 60 puts more stress on the joints, raises blood sugar levels, and increases the risk of chronic disease. But perhaps the biggest myth surrounding whole milk is the idea that it's the best way to get calcium for strong bones. Research now shows that dairy calcium isn't always absorbed efficiently, especially in older adults. Even worse, some studies suggest that countries with the highest milk consumption also have the highest rates of osteoporosis and hip fractures. That's because it's not just about calcium, it's about how your body processes it, and whole cow's milk may not be the best source after all. So, if you're still drinking whole cow's milk daily, it may be time to reconsider. The saturated fat, lactose, inflammation, and poor absorption make it a risky choice for seniors. Don't worry though. Later in this video, we'll reveal the healthier, senior-friendly milks that can actually protect your heart, bones, and digestion. Worst milk number 2. Flavored and sweetened milks. If whole cow's milk is already a red flag, then flavored and sweetened milks are a full-blown alarm for seniors over 60. Think of chocolate milk, strawberry milk, vanilla-flavored milk, or even sweetened plant milks. They may taste delicious, and they're often marketed as fun, nutritious, and even good for kids. But for seniors, these drinks are nothing more than liquid sugar bombs that can wreak havoc on your health. The first major problem here is added sugars. A single glass of flavored milk can contain anywhere from 20 to 30 grams of sugar. That's the equivalent of several spoonfuls of pure sugar dumped into your body in just a few minutes. At age 60 and beyond, the body becomes more sensitive to blood sugar spikes. Drinking sugary milk regularly can lead to insulin resistance, raise your risk of type 2 diabetes, and even cause dangerous blood sugar crashes that leave you feeling weak, dizzy, or fatigued. But the problems don't stop there. Excess sugar from flavored milks doesn't just sit quietly in the body. It converts to fat, often stored around the belly, creating dangerous visceral fat. This type of fat is linked to a higher risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and even certain cancers. So while chocolate milk may remind you of childhood, drinking it daily after 60 is like pouring fuel on the fire of age-related diseases. Let's not forget the connection between sugar and inflammation. High sugar intake creates chronic low-grade inflammation in the body, which accelerates aging and worsens conditions like arthritis, cognitive decline, and cardiovascular disease. Seniors who already struggle with sore joints or memory lapses may find these symptoms worsening without realizing that flavored milk is contributing. Another hidden issue is artificial additives. Many flavored milks aren't just sweetened with sugar. They're packed with artificial colors, flavors, and stabilizers. These chemicals may not seem like much at first, but in older adults with more sensitive systems, they can trigger digestive issues, headaches, and even allergic reactions. Some of these additives are also suspected to disrupt hormones and gut health, which are critical to maintain as we age. And here's something most people don't think about. Flavored plant milks, like sweetened almond or coconut milk, might sound like a healthy alternative, but when they're loaded with sugar, they lose nearly all their benefits. Many seniors unknowingly swap out cow's milk for healthier flavored plant milks, only to spike their blood sugar and hurt their weight control efforts even more. To make matters worse, Flavored milks are often marketed as a good source of calcium or protein, but the truth is, the added sugar outweighs any benefit. You might get a little calcium, yes, but at the cost of higher diabetes risk, heart strain, and accelerated aging. Bottom line, flavored and sweetened milks are a dangerous trap for seniors. They're not healthy treats. They're hidden sugar bombs disguised as wholesome drinks. If you truly want to protect your heart, bones, and memory after 60, it's best to leave these behind and opt for healthier, unsweetened alternatives. Later in this video, we'll talk about delicious milk options that give you all the nutrients without the sugar crash. Worst milk number 3, evaporated and condensed milk. Now let's talk about another hidden danger sitting quietly in many kitchen cabinets: evaporated milk and condensed milk. These products are often used in baking, desserts, coffee, and tea, and many seniors have relied on them for decades without realizing just how damaging they can be after 60. While they may seem like harmless pantry staples, they're among the worst milks for seniors, and here's why. First, let's look at sweetened condensed milk. This is cow's milk that has been boiled down and mixed with huge amounts of added sugar. In fact, about 40 to 45% of condensed milk is just sugar. That means a single spoonful of this thick, sticky milk can send your blood sugar skyrocketing. For seniors, that's especially dangerous. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing sugar, making us more prone to insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and dangerous blood sugar spikes and crashes. Drinking or eating foods made with condensed milk is like pouring syrup directly into your bloodstream. Then there's evaporated milk. While it doesn't contain added sugar, it's still concentrated cow's milk, which means it has higher amounts of lactose, saturated fat, and cholesterol per serving. For seniors who already struggle with digestive sensitivity or lactose intolerance, evaporated milk can trigger bloating, cramps, and diarrhea. And because it's so calorie-dense, using evaporated milk regularly can also contribute to weight gain, which increases the risk of heart disease, arthritis, and mobility problems. Another big problem with both condensed and evaporated milk is how they impact heart health. Both are high in saturated fat, which can raise LDL cholesterol and contribute to clogged arteries. Seniors are already at an elevated risk of heart attacks and strokes, and adding these milks into coffee or desserts daily just makes matters worse. And here's something that's often overlooked. These canned milks also contain preservatives and stabilizers to extend shelf life. Over time, these chemical additives may interfere with gut health and increase inflammation. Seniors often deal with weaker immune systems and more fragile digestion, so every extra chemical burden can make a difference in how the body functions. It's also important to consider portion sizes. Most people don't use just a tiny splash of condensed or evaporated milk. They add it generously to tea, coffee, or baked goods. That means the sugar, fat, and calories add up quickly. If you enjoy sweet tea or rich desserts regularly, you may unknowingly be pushing your blood sugar and cholesterol into dangerous territory. So, while condensed and evaporated milk may feel nostalgic, especially if you've used them in family recipes for years, the truth is, they are not senior-friendly milks. Their combination of sugar overload, saturated fat, lactose concentration, and preservatives make them one of the worst choices after 60. The good news? There are healthier alternatives that give you the creaminess and flavor you love, without the dangerous side effects. Later in this video, we'll reveal the best senior-approved milks that not only taste good, but also support bone strength, heart health, and digestion. Worst milk number 4. Cheap, non-dairy creamers, powdered or liquid. Now we arrive at a milk substitute that many seniors use daily without giving it a second thought. Non-dairy creamers. Whether it's powdered creamer that you stir into coffee or those little liquid cups you grab at diners, these products are some of the worst milk alternatives for seniors over 60. Why? Because despite their name, most non-dairy creamers aren't really milk at all. They're a mix of artificial ingredients, hydrogenated oils, corn syrup solids, and chemical additives that offer zero nutritional value but plenty of health risks. Let's start with the biggest offender: trans fats. Many powdered creamers are made with partially hydrogenated oils, which contain trans fats, the most dangerous kind of fat you can consume. Even in small amounts, trans fats raise your LDL cholesterol, lower your HDL cholesterol, and increase your risk of heart attack and stroke. For seniors who are already more vulnerable to cardiovascular disease, this is like adding fuel to the fire. Next, let's look at the sugar content. A lot of liquid creamers are loaded with corn syrup solids, high fructose corn syrup, or other sweeteners. Just a couple of servings can equal several teaspoons of sugar, which spikes blood sugar levels, contributes to type 2 diabetes, and accelerates weight gain, especially dangerous after 60 when metabolism naturally slows down. Even the so-called sugar-free creamers are often filled with artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose, which may disrupt gut health and lead to cravings that actually cause you to eat more. Another hidden danger is the chemical additives. Non-dairy creamers often contain emulsifiers, stabilizers, and artificial flavors that can irritate the digestive system. For seniors with sensitive stomachs or conditions like IBS or acid reflux, these additives can worsen symptoms. They may also increase inflammation, which is linked to arthritis pain, memory decline, and weakened immunity. And let's not forget bone health. Unlike real milk or fortified plant milks, cheap non-dairy creamers contain little to no calcium, vitamin D, or protein. So not only are you exposing yourself to harmful ingredients, but you're also missing out on nutrients your bones desperately need after 60. Many seniors are unknowingly swapping out nutrient-rich milk for these creamers, and over time, it may contribute to osteoporosis and bone fractures. The saddest part? Non-dairy creamers can become a daily habit without people realizing just how much damage they're doing. Adding 2 or 3 servings a day to coffee might not seem like much, but over the course of months and years, those trans fats, sugars, and chemicals add up, raising the risk of heart problems, diabetes, and chronic inflammation. So here's the bottom line. Cheap non-dairy creamers are not senior-friendly. They're chemical cocktails disguised as milk substitutes, and they rob you of the nutrients your body needs most. If you love coffee, there are far healthier alternatives we'll cover later, like unsweetened almond milk, oat milk, or even goat's milk that give you creaminess without sacrificing your health. If you're serious about protecting your heart, bones, and memory after 60, it's time to ditch the fake creamers and choose real, wholesome options instead. Stop. Best milk number 1, almond milk, unsweetened. Now that we've revealed the worst milks seniors should avoid, let's turn to the positive side, the milks that can actually protect your health, strengthen your body, and keep you energized after 60. And first on our list of the best choices is unsweetened almond milk. Almond milk has exploded in popularity over the last decade, and for good reason. For seniors, it's one of the most senior-friendly milk alternatives available. Why? Because it's naturally lactose-free, very low in calories, and packed with important nutrients that support your heart, bones, and immune system. Let's start with the calories. A single cup of unsweetened almond milk contains only about 30 to 40 calories. Compare that to whole cow's milk, which clocks in at around 150 calories per cup, and you can immediately see why almond milk is a smart choice for seniors trying to maintain a healthy weight. Since metabolism slows after 60, every calorie counts, and almond milk lets you enjoy your coffee, cereal, or smoothie without loading up on unnecessary fat and calories. Another major benefit is vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that almond milk is naturally rich in. Vitamin E plays a critical role in protecting your cells from oxidative stress, one of the main drivers of aging. It also supports brain health, memory, and skin vitality, which are all areas seniors are often concerned about. Research even suggests that higher vitamin E intake is linked to a reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline. So every sip of almond milk may be giving your brain a little extra protection. But that's not all. Most commercial almond milks are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, which makes them excellent for bone health. Seniors over 60 are at a much higher risk of osteoporosis and fractures. So getting enough calcium and vitamin D is essential. While whole cow's milk is often advertised for bone strength, almond milk provides those same nutrients without the heavy dose of saturated fat and cholesterol. Let's talk about the heart. Because almond milk is naturally free of cholesterol and saturated fat, it's an excellent choice for maintaining cardiovascular health. Seniors who switch from whole milk or creamers to almond milk often see improvements in blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and inflammation. And since heart disease remains the #1 health threat after 60, this swap can literally be life-saving. Now, here's an important tip. Always go for unsweetened almond milk. Many flavored or sweetened versions contain lots of added sugar, which cancels out the benefits. Look for labels that say unsweetened, and if possible, choose organic brands with fewer additives. The versatility of almond milk also makes it easy to add to your daily routine. You can use it in coffee, smoothies, baking, or even enjoy it chilled in a glass. It's creamy, delicious, and works as a direct replacement for cow's milk in most recipes. So if you're looking for a milk that supports weight control, brain health, bone strength, and heart protection, unsweetened almond milk is one of the best options you can add to your diet today. Best milk number 2, oat milk. Next on our list of the healthiest milks for seniors is oat milk, a creamy, satisfying alternative that has become one of the most popular plant-based milks in the world. And for seniors over 60, it's not just trendy. It's actually one of the smartest choices you can make for your heart, digestion, and energy levels. So what makes oat milk so special? First, it's naturally high in fiber, something most seniors are not getting enough of. Unlike cow's milk, which contains zero fiber, oat milk provides soluble fiber, especially beta-glucans. These beta-glucans form a gel-like substance in your digestive system that helps lower bad cholesterol, LDL, and improves heart health. Considering that heart disease remains the leading cause of death after 60, drinking a milk that actively works to protect your heart is a game changer. But it's not just about cholesterol. That fiber also helps regulate blood sugar levels. Seniors are more likely to struggle with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, and oat milk's beta-glucans slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. This means fewer spikes and crashes, more stable energy, and better long-term blood sugar control. Another advantage of oat milk is that it's naturally dairy-free and lactose-free, making it easy to digest for seniors who can't tolerate cow's milk. Unlike almond milk, oat milk is also free from common nut allergens, so it's a safe option for those with sensitivities. And here's a bonus. Oat milk tends to have a thicker, creamier texture compared to other plant-based milks, which makes it feel closer to cow's milk. Many seniors love using it in coffee, tea, or lattes because it froths beautifully and gives that rich mouthfeel without the health risks of cream. Oat milk is also often fortified with important nutrients like calcium, vitamin D, and vitamin B12. These are nutrients seniors absolutely need to maintain strong bones, good nerve function, and healthy red blood cells. Since bone loss and osteoporosis accelerate after 60, every source of calcium and vitamin D counts. Let's also talk about energy and digestion. The fiber in oat milk doesn't just help with cholesterol, it also feeds the healthy bacteria in your gut, acting as a prebiotic. A balanced gut microbiome improves digestion, reduces bloating, and even supports immune function. For seniors who often deal with constipation or digestive discomfort, oat milk can be a gentle and supportive option. Of course, like with almond milk, the key is to choose unsweetened oat milk. Some brands add sugar to make it taste sweeter, but that undermines its health benefits. Look for unsweetened, fortified oat milk with minimal ingredients for the best results. To sum it up, oat milk is a powerful choice for seniors. It supports heart health, blood sugar control, digestion, and bone strength, all while being delicious and versatile. It's one of the best alternatives if you're looking to replace cow's milk with something that truly works in your favor after 60. Best milk. Number 3. Soy milk, organic and unsweetened. When we think about healthy milk alternatives after 60, soy milk often comes up as one of the most debated options. Some seniors embrace it for its rich nutrition, while others hesitate because of lingering myths about hormones. But when you look at the science, soy milk, especially when it's organic and unsweetened, emerges as one of the most powerful milk choices for seniors. Let's dive deep into why. First and foremost, soy milk is one of the best sources of plant-based protein you can drink. After 60, muscle preservation becomes one of the top health priorities because of sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle mass with age. Each cup of soy milk contains about 7 to 8 grams of protein, almost equal to cow's milk, and much higher than almond or rice milk. This makes it a powerhouse for seniors who are trying to keep their muscles strong without relying too heavily on meat or protein powders. Unlike most plant-based milks, soy provides all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein. This means your body can use it effectively to repair tissues, maintain energy, and preserve independence well into your later years. Beyond protein, soy milk is especially rich in isoflavones, plant compounds that mimic estrogen in the body, but in a much gentler, natural way. These isoflavones are incredibly beneficial for seniors, particularly women after menopause. As estrogen levels drop, bones often become weaker and more prone to fractures. Isoflavones help support bone density, reducing the risk of osteoporosis, a condition that affects millions of people over 60. Several studies have shown that seniors who consume soy products regularly have stronger bones and a lower risk of hip fractures compared to those who don't. This makes soy milk a natural ally for maintaining skeletal strength and mobility. Another benefit is heart protection. Soy protein has been shown to lower LDL bad cholesterol while raising HDL good cholesterol. For seniors concerned about cardiovascular disease, which remains the #1 cause of death after 60, this is a big win. By swapping out creamers or sugary milks for soy milk, you not only cut down on unnecessary sugar, but also actively work to keep arteries clear and the heart pumping strong. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: The myths about soy and hormones. Many people worry that soy might cause hormonal imbalances, particularly in men, or increase breast cancer risk in women. However, decades of research have consistently shown that moderate soy consumption is safe. In fact, soy is protective in many ways. Studies reveal that women who consume soy actually have a reduced risk of breast cancer, and that men who drink soy milk do not experience lowered testosterone levels. These myths come from misinterpretations of how isoflavones work in the body. The reality is, for most seniors, soy milk is not only safe, but beneficial. Finally, choosing the right kind of soy milk matters. Always go for organic and unsweetened varieties. Organic ensures you're avoiding genetically modified soybeans and harmful pesticides. Unsweetened varieties prevent added sugars, which can wreak havoc on blood sugar levels and increase diabetes risk. Many soy milks are also fortified with calcium and vitamin D, making them just as good or even better than cow's milk when it comes to bone support. In summary, soy milk is one of the few plant-based milks that truly holds its own against dairy in terms of nutrition. With its complete protein, bone-strengthening isoflavonoids, and heart-protective effects, it's a smart choice for seniors who want strength, resilience, and vitality in their later years. And by choosing organic, unsweetened soy milk, you get all of these benefits without the downsides. Best milk. Number 4. Goat's milk, or A2 milk for sensitive digestion. For many seniors, one of the biggest challenges with milk is digestive discomfort. Gas, bloating, cramps, and diarrhea after drinking cow's milk are all too common, often due to lactose intolerance or difficulty digesting certain milk proteins. This is where goat's milk and A2 milk step into the spotlight. Both are becoming increasingly popular among seniors who want the benefits of dairy without the bellyaches. And for good reason. Let's start with goat's milk. Compared to traditional cow's milk, goat's milk is much easier to digest. The fat molecules in goat's milk are smaller, which makes them break down more efficiently in the digestive system. This means fewer digestive issues and faster absorption of nutrients, something seniors' bodies appreciate as digestion naturally slows with age. In addition, goat's milk has a slightly lower lactose content than cow's milk, which can make it more tolerable for those with lactose sensitivity. Nutritionally, goat's milk is a powerhouse. It's rich in calcium, phosphorus, potassium, and high-quality protein, all of which are critical for bone strength and muscle support after 60. It also contains a form of vitamin A that is more bioavailable than in cow's milk, supporting better eye health and immunity. What makes it especially appealing is that goat's milk is often less processed than conventional dairy, offering a more natural option. Now let's talk about A2 milk, which comes from cows but only contains the A2 beta-casein protein, rather than the more difficult to digest A1 protein found in most cow's milk. Many seniors who thought they were lactose intolerant actually have trouble digesting A1 protein. When they switch to A2 milk, they often find that their digestive issues disappear. This makes A2 milk an excellent choice for those who want the traditional taste of cow's milk, but without the bloating or discomfort. Both goat's milk and A2 milk also support gut health in seniors. By reducing digestive stress, they help maintain a balanced gut microbiome, something strongly linked to overall immunity, energy, and even mental health. Seniors who struggle with inflammation, fatigue, or frequent stomach issues often notice significant improvements when switching to these gentler milks. Another key reason many seniors are making the switch is bone protection. After 60, bone fractures can be life-changing, so getting enough calcium and high-quality protein in a digestible form is critical. Goat's milk and A2 milk provide exactly that. Nutrients your body can absorb and use efficiently, without the downsides of processed or hormone-laden dairy. It's also worth mentioning that goat's milk tends to be produced on smaller farms, with fewer hormones and antibiotics compared to large-scale dairy production. This means you may be drinking a cleaner, more natural product, which is always a plus when it comes to long-term health. In summary, if regular cow's milk leaves you feeling bloated or uncomfortable, consider switching to goat's milk or A2 milk. They are gentler on digestion, high in bone-strengthening nutrients, and packed with protein that supports muscle health and independence. For seniors over 60, these milks can be game changers in maintaining energy, digestive comfort, and overall vitality. Conclusion and call to action. As we come to the end of this deep dive into the world of milk choices after 60, let's take a moment to tie everything together. Throughout this video, we've explored the 4 worst milks seniors should avoid and the 4 best milks that can truly support healthy aging. These choices may seem small at first glance. Just a simple beverage we pour into our morning coffee, cereal, or smoothie. But as we've uncovered, the differences between these milks can play a huge role in your bone strength, heart health, digestive comfort, and overall energy as you age. Let's quickly recap. On the worst list, we highlighted whole cow's milk with its high saturated fat content that can raise cholesterol and strain heart health. We also looked at flavored or sweetened milk products, like chocolate or strawberry milk, which may seem like harmless treats, but are loaded with sugar that spikes blood glucose and contributes to weight gain. We then discussed powdered milk, which often contains oxidized cholesterol and hidden additives that are far from ideal for seniors. And finally, we considered evaporated and condensed milks, which are dense in calories, sugars, and fats, making them risky for those managing conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart disease. Now, on the brighter side, we explored the best options. First, unsweetened almond milk stood out as a low-calorie, heart-friendly option, especially when fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Next, unsweetened oat milk showed its value, particularly for seniors managing cholesterol, thanks to its beta-glucans and gentle digestive properties. We then highlighted organic, unsweetened soy milk, a powerhouse of plant protein that preserves muscle mass and supports bone density, while also protecting heart health. And finally, we looked at goat's milk and A2 milk, which provide an easier-to-digest alternative to regular cow's milk, rich in calcium and protein, while reducing discomfort for those with sensitive digestion. The takeaway is simple yet powerful. The milk you choose daily is more than just a preference. It's a health decision. Choosing wisely can reduce your risk of chronic disease, help you preserve strength, keep your bones solid, support your heart, and improve digestion. For seniors, this can mean the difference between struggling with preventable issues or thriving with energy and independence. So here's my encouragement to you. Take a look at the milk in your fridge today. Ask yourself if it's supporting your health or slowly working against it. If it's one of the worst options we discussed, maybe it's time for a swap. If it's one of the best, then you're already on the right track. Small choices lead to big changes over time. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Which type of milk do you currently use? And are you planning to make a switch after learning today's insights? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience might inspire someone else watching. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest tips for living strong, healthy, and vibrant after 60. Together, we're building a community where seniors can share knowledge, encourage one another, and enjoy life to the fullest. So, here's to making smarter milk choices, stronger bones, healthier hearts, and brighter days ahead. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay healthy, stay informed, and take care of yourself, because you deserve it.